with strong promise in the first 20 seconds, emotional anchors, keywords, and retention triggers. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you will experience one of the most powerful energetic activations of your life. Today, through the portal December 12th, you will learn how to release hidden blocks, disconnect from old timelines, and activate the codes that align your life with abundance, clarity, synchronicity, and a higher state of consciousness. This is not just another spiritual video. This is a transformational journey designed to shift you from the limitations of 3D to the expanded intelligence of 5D, where manifestation becomes natural and alignment becomes your default state. In this 40-minute guided experience, you will understand why the 1212 portal is considered one of the most potent openings for quantum change. You will discover the emotional, mental, and energetic blocks that have been silently shaping your reality, and you will learn how to dissolve them. You will explore the 5D codes, frequencies of expansion, self-worth, intuition, and abundance. And then, at the end, you will go through a complete activation ritual to anchor these codes into your energy field so your outer world can finally reflect your inner shift. By watching this video, you are giving yourself the opportunity to reset your energy, reprogram your subconscious mind, and step into a version of yourself that feels aligned, empowered, and ready to create. Imagine waking up feeling lighter. Imagine money, opportunities, intuitive guidance, and meaningful connections flowing more easily into your life. Imagine finally breaking the patterns that kept you stuck, afraid, or repeating the same cycles. This video holds the blueprint for that transformation, and you will feel it unfolding as you listen. Let me ask you something. Have you been feeling blocked, as if invisible walls keep stopping your progress? Do you feel tired of trying to manifest but nothing seems to shift? Have you been sensing that something bigger is calling you, that you're meant for more, but you can't quite access that version of yourself yet? Or maybe you've been noticing synchronicities, dreams, signs, or emotional waves that feel like your soul is preparing you for a breakthrough. If any of this resonates, you are exactly where you need to be right now. So take a deep breath and allow yourself to receive. This is your moment. In the next few minutes, you will understand why your life has felt the way it has, what the 1212's portal is awakening inside you, and how to step into the reality you've been trying to create for so long. Stay with me until the end. The activation ritual we will do together is what seals the shift and makes the transformation real. Your new timeline begins now. What the 1212's portal really is and why this moment is critical for you. The December 12th portal is not just another date on the spiritual calendar. It is an energetic doorway that amplifies everything you are ready to release and everything your soul is prepared to embody. Throughout history, moments like this have been recognized as windows of energetic alignment, where the boundaries between dimensions thin and your ability to initiate a quantum shift becomes exponentially stronger. During the December 12th portal, frequencies linked to awakening, intuition, self-worth, and manifestation intensify, allowing you to rewrite patterns that have been active in your life for years, sometimes decades. This is why people across the world describe this period as a collective awakening, an invitation to step out of autopilot and consciously create a new timeline. Energetically, the 1212's portal functions like a magnifier. Whatever you focus on expands, whatever you hold on to surfaces, and whatever you avoid demands your attention. This is a limited window, a rare moment where your subconscious becomes more malleable and receptive to change. The veil between who you have been and who you are becoming dissolves. This is why many people experience vivid dreams, emotional waves, intuitive downloads, and synchronicities in the days surrounding 1212. Your inner world begins preparing you for a shift long before your conscious mind realizes what's happening. And if you choose to work with this energy intentionally, instead of letting it pass unnoticed, you unlock what feels like an exclusive opportunity for transformation. Think of how many times you felt stuck this year. How many moments you sensed you were meant for more but couldn't break free? Perhaps you've been carrying emotional blocks that keep resurfacing, or repeating patterns that drain your energy and sabotage your progress. The 1212 portal exposes these patterns because it's impossible to move into a 5D state of creation while holding on to 3D limitations like fear, scarcity, guilt, or self-doubt. The discomfort you may have felt recently is not punishment, it is preparation. It is your soul signaling that the old version of you has expired and cannot continue into the timeline you're meant to inhabit. Transitioning from 3D to 5D is not about escaping the physical world. It's about learning to navigate it with expanded perception and emotional mastery. In 3D, life feels dense, heavy, predictable, limited. In 5D, everything becomes responsive. Your thoughts, your emotions, your intentions, your frequency. This shift is not abstract or mystical. It is deeply personal. When you operate from 5D consciousness, relationships transform, finances open, intuition strengthens, and your sense of purpose becomes undeniable. You stop chasing outcomes and begin attracting them. And the most important truth is this: you are not broken, you are being upgraded. Every challenge you faced this year was preparing you for this portal, for this expansion, for this activation. This is why, in this video, we are not just talking about the December 12th energy, we are using it. As you move through the next sections, you will understand the blocks that have held you back, you will learn how to dissolve them through awareness, and at the end, you will step into a full activation ritual designed to align you with abundance, clarity, emotional freedom, and higher consciousness. So stay with me until the final minutes. What you will experience at the end of this journey is not just information, it's transformation. And once the activation is complete, I will give you a power phrase to comment below to anchor your new timeline and signal to the universe that you are ready. If you are watching this video right now, this is not random timing. The December 12th portal does not call everyone. It activates those who are ready. Something inside you already knows that this phase of your life is ending. You may not have all the answers yet, but you can feel the pressure to change, to release, to choose differently. That inner tension you've been experiencing lately is not confusion, it's expansion. This video exists to help you understand what is happening within you and how to consciously cooperate with this energetic shift instead of resisting it or letting it pass you by. What makes this portal so powerful is not the date itself, but what it allows you to unlock. When 3D blocks dissolve, your external reality responds. Money flow improves because you stop operating from fear and scarcity. Relationships shift because you no longer tolerate misalignment. Opportunities appear because your energy becomes coherent with what you desire. Clarity replaces confusion. Alignment replaces struggle. This video is designed to help you bridge the invisible gap between spiritual understanding and tangible results, so that your growth is not just internal, but visible in your daily life. As we move forward, you will begin to recognize exactly where your energy has been leaking and why certain patterns have been so hard to break. This awareness alone is already activating change within you. But awareness is only the first step. In the next part of this journey, we will clearly identify the 3 core 3D blocks that keep people stuck, emotionally, financially, and energetically. And you may be surprised to realize how subtly they have been operating in your life. Stay present. What you are about to understand next is what allows everything else to finally shift. The 3 core 3D blocks that are secretly holding you back. Most people believe their problems come from the outside: lack of opportunities, difficult relationships, financial instability, or bad luck. But the truth is far more subtle and far more powerful. What keeps you stuck is not what is happening to you, but what is operating within you. In 3D consciousness, certain internal programs quietly shape your decisions, your reactions, and your expectations. These programs act like invisible filters, determining what you allow yourself to receive and what you unconsciously push away. Until these blocks are brought into awareness, no amount of positive thinking or manifestation techniques can create lasting change. The first and most pervasive 3D block is emotional density, the accumulation of unresolved emotions such as fear, guilt, grief, shame, and suppressed anger. These emotions do not disappear just because time passes. Instead, they settle into the body and subconscious mind, influencing how safe you feel to expand, receive, or be seen. Emotional density lowers your energetic frequency and keeps you reacting instead of creating. You may notice this block when you hesitate to take opportunities, sabotage good moments, or feel undeserving of love, money, or success. This is not weakness. It is unprocessed energy asking for release. The second block operates at the level of identity. From a young age, you were conditioned to believe certain stories about yourself. What is realistic, what is possible, what is too much, and what is not for people like you. This identity programming becomes a self-imposed ceiling. Even when opportunities arise, your nervous system may reject them because they don't match your internal self-image. This is why people often return to familiar struggles, even after breakthroughs. Without updating your identity, manifestation feels exhausting, inconsistent, or fragile. True 5D alignment begins when your self-concept expands to match the life you desire. The third core block is attachment to control, the belief that you must force outcomes, overthink every step, and protect yourself from uncertainty. While control may feel like safety, energetically it signals mistrust. When you cling to control, you block intuitive guidance and synchronicity. You may experience this as constant anxiety, mental fatigue, or the feeling that life is a struggle rather than a flow. In 5D consciousness, creation happens through cooperation with life, not domination over it. Releasing control does not mean giving up. It means allowing intelligence beyond the mind to support you. These three blocks, emotional density, identity programming, and attachment to control, are deeply interconnected. Emotional pain shapes identity. Identity seeks control to feel safe. Control prevents healing and expansion. This loop keeps many people trapped in the same patterns for years. But the moment you recognize the structure, you begin to step outside it. Awareness breaks the spell. And this is where true transformation begins. Not by fixing yourself, but by freeing yourself from what you were never meant to carry. As you listen, notice which of these blocks feels most familiar to you right now. Is it the emotional weight you've been carrying? The version of yourself you've outgrown? Or the constant need to control outcomes because trust feels risky? You don't need to analyze or judge. Simply observe. In the comments later, you'll be invited to name what you're ready to release. This act alone begins the process of energetic disentanglement and signals your readiness for change. In the next part of this journey, we will move beyond diagnosis and into activation. You will learn how these 3D blocks dissolve when higher frequencies, the 5D codes, are consciously integrated into your energy field. This is where stagnation turns into movement, fear turns into clarity, and effort turns into alignment. Stay with me. What comes next is the bridge between understanding and embodiment, and it's where everything begins to shift. If any of these blocks feel uncomfortably familiar, it's important to understand this. You are not failing, and you are not behind. These 3D programs are not personal flaws. They are collective patterns that humanity has been operating under for generations. You inherited them through family systems, social conditioning, and survival-based thinking. The fact that you are becoming aware of them now means you are ready to move beyond them. Awareness is not a coincidence. It is a signal that your consciousness has reached the point where liberation is possible. When these blocks begin to dissolve, life responds quickly and tangibly. Decisions become easier. Emotional reactions soften. Money-related stress decreases because you stop negotiating with fear. Relationships shift naturally because you no longer betray yourself to keep connection. Opportunities align because your energy becomes congruent with your intentions. This is why it's so important to stay present through the rest of this video. The understanding you're gaining now is preparing your nervous system and subconscious mind to receive the 5D frequencies that make these changes sustainable, not temporary. What most people never realize is that removing 3D blocks is not about fighting or fixing them. It's about replacing them with something more coherent. In the next section, you will learn exactly what those higher frequencies are and how they function as codes that reorganize your reality from the inside out. As you listen, something subtle will already begin to shift within you. Stay with me. The next part is where alignment replaces effort, and where your new timeline truly begins. The 5D codes, the new frequencies you must integrate to shift your reality. 5D codes are not symbols you need to memorize or rituals you need to perform perfectly. They are states of consciousness, energetic frequencies that reorganize how you perceive, feel, decide, and respond to life. When these codes activate within you, your reality begins to rearrange itself naturally. In 5D consciousness, creation no longer comes from effort or force, but from coherence between your thoughts, emotions, nervous system, and intention. These codes operate beyond logic, yet their effects are deeply practical. Clarity replaces confusion, flow replaces struggle, and alignment replaces resistance. The first and most fundamental 5D code is self-worth. Without it, no manifestation can sustain itself. When self-worth is active, you no longer chase validation, tolerate less than you deserve, or sabotage what feels good. You stop negotiating with scarcity. Your nervous system learns that receiving is safe. This code dissolves the unconscious belief that love, money, peace, or success must be earned through suffering. When self-worth integrates, abundance becomes a natural response to who you are, not a reward for what you do. The second 5D code is emotional neutrality. Not emotional suppression, but emotional mastery. In 3D, emotions control perception. In 5D, emotions become information, not identity. This code allows you to feel deeply without being consumed. Triggers lose their grip. Old wounds stop dictating present choices. When emotional neutrality activates, you gain the power to respond instead of react, to choose alignment instead of defense. This is where inner peace emerges, not because life becomes perfect, but because you are no longer at war with it. The third code is trust, the most misunderstood frequency of all. Trust does not mean passivity. It means cooperation with intelligence greater than the mind. When this code activates, the constant need to control dissolves. Anxiety softens. Overthinking fades. You begin to notice synchronicities, intuitive nudges, and effortless timing. Life starts meeting you halfway. This is where manifestation accelerates, because you stop blocking it with resistance. Trust signals to the quantum field that you are ready to receive without fear. The fourth 5D code is coherence, the state where what you think, feel, and do are aligned. Incoherence is one of the biggest reasons manifestation fails. You may desire abundance, yet emotionally expect disappointment. You may affirm love, yet prepare for abandonment. Coherence collapses these contradictions. When this code integrates, your energy becomes clear, focused, and powerful. The universe responds quickly to coherence because it removes mixed signals. This is when results stop being delayed. When these codes begin to integrate, change becomes visible. Financial opportunities align because you no longer repel abundance with fear. Relationships shift because you stop abandoning yourself to maintain connection. Purpose clarifies because your intuition is no longer drowned out by mental noise. You don't become a different person. You become a truer version of yourself. This is the difference between forcing a new reality and allowing one that already matches your frequency. Everything you've heard so far is not just information. It is preparation. These codes are already beginning to activate as you listen, because awareness is the doorway to embodiment. But understanding alone is not enough. In the final part of this video, you will be guided through a December 12th activation ritual designed to anchor these frequencies deeply into your subconscious and energetic field. This is where intention becomes integration. As you reflect, notice which 5D code your soul is craving most right now. Is it self-worth, emotional peace, trust, alignment? There is no right answer, only honesty. Later, you will be invited to name this in the comments. Not for me, but for yourself. Naming is a form of commitment. Commitment is what seals transformation. In the next section, we will move from understanding into embodiment. You will learn how to begin integrating these codes consciously, gently, and safely, without forcing change or overwhelming your system. This is where stagnation turns into motion and awareness turns into experience. Stay with me. What comes next is where the shift becomes real. What makes these 5D codes so powerful is not just what they do, it's when they are activating. You are not receiving this information at random. The 12/12 portal amplifies receptivity, meaning the codes you are hearing about now can integrate faster and with less resistance than at any other time of the year. Many people study spirituality for years without embodying it. This moment exists to shorten that gap. What usually takes months of inner work can begin shifting in a single conscious session when timing, awareness, and intention align. You may have been taught, consciously or unconsciously, that growth must be hard, painful, or earned through suffering. But that belief itself is a 3D program. 5D integration works differently. It happens through presence, allowance, and coherence. You do not need to fix yourself. You do not need to become someone else. You simply need to stop resisting the version of you that is already ready. This video is designed to guide you gently into that state, without force, without overwhelm, and without spiritual pressure. As we approach the activation ritual later in this video, understand this. The ritual is not what creates the shift. You do. The ritual simply gives your nervous system, subconscious mind, and energetic field a structure to integrate what you are already opening to. By staying until the end, you are choosing to complete the cycle instead of stopping at understanding. Completion is what turns awareness into reality. Stay with me. The most powerful part of this journey is still ahead. How to begin integrating the 5D codes without forcing change. One of the biggest misunderstandings in personal growth and manifestation is the belief that transformation must be forced. Many people exhaust themselves trying to raise their vibration, fix their mindset, or eliminate every negative thought. But 5D integration does not respond to pressure. It responds to presence. Forcing change keeps you in 3D consciousness, because effort driven by fear or urgency creates resistance. True integration begins the moment you stop trying to become aligned and allow yourself to remember alignment. Your nervous system is the gateway between intention and reality. If your body does not feel safe receiving, no amount of affirmations will create lasting change. This is why many people experience cycles of breakthrough followed by collapse. 5D integration requires nervous system regulation, slowing down, grounding, and allowing the body to relax into new frequencies. When your system feels safe, expansion becomes sustainable. Safety, not force, is what allows abundance, love, and clarity to stay. Most 3D techniques rely on repetition, repeating affirmations, visualizations, or rituals in hopes of convincing the subconscious. 5D works differently. Awareness itself begins to reprogram patterns. When you observe a belief without identifying with it, it loses power. When you notice an emotional reaction without suppressing it, it dissolves. Integration happens in moments of conscious observation, not in mental effort. This is why listening with presence is already activating change within you right now. 5D integration does not require dramatic action. It begins with micro-shifts, choosing honesty over people-pleasing, rest over burnout, intuition over fear, alignment over approval. These subtle decisions signal to the quantum field that your frequency has changed. Reality responds not to what you say you want, but to what you consistently embody. Small internal shifts compound quickly when coherence is present. One of the most powerful and overlooked aspects of integration is emotional permission. Allowing yourself to feel joy without guilt. Allowing yourself to want more without shame. Allowing yourself to receive without immediately questioning it. Emotional permission removes the inner brakes that block flow. When permission is granted, the need to control dissolves naturally. This is not indulgence. It is alignment. As these integration principles settle into your system, you may notice immediate shifts. Less internal noise, clearer decisions, emotional lightness, and an unexpected sense of trust. Over time, these internal changes reflect outwardly in finances, relationships, opportunities, and self-expression. This is how 5D integration becomes visible, not through miracles out of nowhere, but through a life that starts responding differently to you. Everything you've learned so far is preparing you for the activation ritual that follows. Integration makes the ritual effective. Without this foundation, rituals feel temporary. With it, they become transformative. As we move closer to that moment, your role is simple. Stay present, breathe, and allow. You don't need to do anything else. The work is already unfolding. As you listen, ask yourself, where have I been forcing? Where have I been afraid to receive? Where have I been holding on instead of allowing? You don't need to answer out loud. Awareness alone begins to unwind these patterns. Later, you'll be invited to name what you're choosing to release, and that choice will anchor your shift. In the next section, we move into the heart of this experience. The 12-12 activation ritual itself. This is where everything you've understood becomes embodied and sealed. Stay with me. What comes next is the moment your new frequency is anchored. At this stage, many people feel an unexpected sense of relief, as if something heavy has already begun to lift. That relief is not imagination. It is what happens when the system realizes it no longer needs to fight itself. Integration feels lighter because it is aligned with truth. You were never meant to struggle your way into wholeness. The ease you may be sensing right now is a sign that your energy is responding. This is how real change begins. Quietly, gently, and sustainably. The subconscious mind does not change through pressure. It changes through felt experience. As you listen, your body is already learning a new baseline of safety, openness, and coherence. This is why staying present throughout this video matters. Each minute you remain engaged allows your system to acclimate to higher frequencies without shock or resistance. By the time we reach the ritual, your subconscious will already be primed to integrate deeply and effortlessly. This is the exact state required for true activation. Relaxed, aware, open, and willing. Nothing forced. Nothing rushed. In the next section, you will be guided through the December 12th activation ritual. Not as a performance, but as a natural continuation of the work already unfolding within you. Stay with me until the end. What you are about to experience is not something you watch. It is something you enter. And once you do, your new timeline begins to anchor itself into reality. The 12/12ths activation ritual, guided experience. Before we begin, understand this. This ritual is not something you need to do correctly. It is something you need to allow. Find a comfortable position. Let your body settle. Take a slow, deep breath in and exhale gently. As you breathe, allow the nervous system to soften. Nothing is required of you right now. There is nowhere else you need to be. This moment is not about effort or concentration. It is about receptivity. The more relaxed you are, the deeper this activation can integrate. Bring your awareness to the body. Feel the weight of your physical form supported by the ground or the chair beneath you. With each exhale, imagine releasing tension from your jaw, shoulders, chest, and abdomen. Thoughts may arise. Let them pass without engagement. You are not here to control the mind, only to witness it. As mental noise softens, space opens. And in that space, new frequencies can enter. Now, visualize a luminous gateway forming in front of you. This is the 12/12ths portal, a field of golden, crystalline light pulsing with intelligence. It does not force itself open. It responds to readiness. As you stand before it, notice how calm your body feels. Notice the absence of urgency. This portal represents the threshold between old timelines and new possibilities. When you are ready, step forward, slowly, intentionally, and allow yourself to pass through. As you move through the portal, imagine old patterns dissolving effortlessly. Emotional density releases. Outdated identities fall away. The need to control loosens its grip. You do not need to name every block. Your system already knows what is ready to go. Feel the light moving through your chest, your abdomen, your spine. Anything no longer aligned gently exits your field. There is no struggle here, only release. Now, within this luminous space, feel new frequencies anchoring into your being. Self-worth integrates at the core of your chest. A calm knowing that you are enough and always have been. Trust settles into the nervous system. A quiet confidence in life's timing and intelligence. Coherence aligns thought, emotion, and intention, creating clarity where confusion once lived. These codes do not rush in. They integrate at the pace your system can sustain. Bring awareness back into the body. Notice how it feels now compared to when you began. There may be warmth, openness, stillness, or subtle emotion. Whatever you feel is correct. These sensations are signs of integration. The subconscious responds to feeling, not force. As these frequencies anchor, they begin influencing perception, decision-making, and emotional response long after this ritual ends. In your own inner voice, repeat slowly and intentionally. I release what no longer aligns. I activate my highest timeline. I allow life to meet me in coherence. Feel these words settle into your system. This is not affirmation, it is declaration. You are not asking for change. You are aligning with it. When you feel ready, gently return your awareness to the room. There is no rush. The activation continues even after the video ends. In a moment, I will invite you to write a simple phrase in the comments, not for validation, but as an energetic anchor. Declaring intention externally helps seal it internally. This is how awareness becomes embodiment. If you have stayed until this moment, this activation was meant for you. Take a moment before moving on with your day. Let integration happen. And when you're ready, go to the comments and write the activation phrase. I choose my new timeline. By doing so, you are not only signaling readiness, you are completing the cycle. This is how transformation becomes real. Integration, anchoring, and conscious call to action. Before you rush back into your day, allow yourself a moment of stillness. What you experienced here does not end with this video. Integration happens in waves, sometimes subtly, sometimes visibly. Over the next hours or days, you may notice shifts in perception, emotional responses softening, intuitive clarity increasing, or a quiet sense of alignment settling in. This is not imagination. This is what happens when your system recalibrates to a higher baseline of coherence. You didn't come here to escape reality. You came to meet it from a different frequency. What changes after this activation is not just what happens to you, but how you relate to what happens. When perception shifts, reality follows. This is how long-term transformation begins, not through intensity, but through alignment. And alignment compounds. Now, to consciously anchor this activation, go to the comments and write, I choose my new timeline. As you write it, feel the choice in your body. This is not for me, and it's not for the algorithm, it's for your subconscious. Naming a decision externalizes it. Externalization strengthens commitment. Commitment stabilizes change. If this experience resonated with you, consider subscribing to this channel. This space exists for conscious expansion, energetic clarity, and grounded spiritual integration. Not noise, not shortcuts, not illusion. By staying connected, you continue reinforcing the frequency you access today. Trust what you felt. Trust what shifted. And trust that you don't need to force what comes next. The path unfolds as you walk it, present, aware, and aligned. I'll see you in the next activation. Today, you explored what the December 12th portal truly represents. Not as a concept, but as an opportunity for real transformation. You identified the hidden 3D blocks that have been shaping your experiences. You learned about the 5D codes that dissolve those limitations. And you discovered how integration happens through awareness, safety, and alignment rather than force. Finally, you moved through a guided activation designed to anchor these frequencies into your subconscious and energetic field. This journey was about shifting from effort to coherence. And that shift changes everything. What matters most now is not how much you remember, but what you embody. Awareness has already begun reorganizing your perception, your emotional responses, and your inner dialogue. Even subtle changes create powerful momentum over time. The more consistently you return to presence, trust, and self-worth, the more your external reality will begin to reflect those internal states. This is how long-term alignment replaces temporary breakthroughs. Now I'd like to invite you into a simple challenge. In the comments, answer this question honestly. Which pattern or block are you choosing to release after this activation? You don't need to explain everything. One word or one sentence is enough. Naming what you release is a powerful act of closure and commitment. It signals to your subconscious and to life itself that you are ready to move forward differently. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to comment, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. This ensures you stay connected to future activations, deeper teachings, and guided experiences designed to support your expansion and alignment. Your presence here is not passive, it's participatory. Each time you return, You reinforce the frequency you activated today. And if you want to deepen this work, I strongly recommend watching the previous video on this channel, where we explored the subconscious patterns and energetic roots that prepare the ground for activations like this one. That video will help you integrate today's experience even more fully and stabilize your new timeline. You'll find it linked on the screen now. Continue the journey. Your alignment is unfolding.